MS Ramaya University of Applied Sciences.
Hi students, let us discuss an experiment on gyroscope. The aim of the experiment is to study the gyroscopic behavior of rotating disc and verify the gyroscopic relationship. A gyroscope is a spinning disc in which the axis of rotation is free to assume any orientation by itself. When rotating, the orientation of this axis is unaffected by tilting or rotation of the mounting. The gyroscope has a frame, gimbal and rotor as shown in figure. The rotor will maintain its spin axis direction regardless of the orientation of the outer frame as shown in animation. The gyroscope principle has an application in gyrocompass and inertial navigation systems. The experiment setup required is shown in the figure. It includes gyroscopic frame, rotor disc, weight hanger and weights, scale to measure angular displacement of gyroscopic frame, motor, RPM sensor and speed regulator. The procedure to conduct the experiment is as follows. Arrange the gyroscopic experimental setup apparatus. Apply load on the weight hanger. Note down the angular displacement of gyroscopic frame, that is the angle of precession, and the time taken for the precession. Calculate the angular velocity of the precession and compare it with theoretical results. Repeat the above steps by adding more load to the weight hanger. The procedure for plotting the displacement diagram is as follows. Note down the speed of motor, angular displacement of gyroscopic frame, that is angle of precession, and the time taken for the precession and tabulate in the table. Calculate observed velocity of precession and tabulate in the table. Calculate the angular velocity of rotor and tabulate in the table. Calculate gyroscopic couple and theoretical velocity of precision. Compare observed and theoretical velocity of precision.
Hi students, this is gyroscope experiment. The aim of this experiment is to determine the gyroscopic couple of the rotating disc. The experimental setup consists of circular scale for measuring the rotations of gyroscope, a gyroscopic frame, a rotating disc, a motor, and a hanger for attaching weights. It also consists of sensor to measure the RPM of rotating disc and a controller for varying the speed of rotating disc. Let us start the experiment. Switch on the power supply and make the rotating disc to rotate at certain RPM with the help of speed controller. Now you will be able to see that disc is rotating at 555 rpm around, and this disc is rotating with respect to certain axis called as axis of spin. Now once we add the weights onto the hanger, this gyroscopic setup tries to rotate with certain angle. This angle can be noted down with the help of circular scale attached. By knowing the RPM of disc as well as the angle of rotation of the gyroscope, we can calculate the gyroscopic couple. The experiment can be conducted by varying the speed as well as weight. This completes the experiment.
At MSR UAS, we spark your imagination unlike any other.